Keep it real with you. This card is trash. It's not trash, but it's trash.
What is up, team? It's your boy Sledge from the SledgeInc team, back with another episode of Sledge and Friends. And man, today we got something special. We got something more than special. Man, you know your boy is the curator. I don't know if that's the right word. I'm gonna say it anyway. I am the curator of bringing people together in this credit card space. And you know, we just had the credit card meetup in Puerto Rico, and it was one thing that I noticed. It was one major thing that I noticed. There was only one female creator out of the entire bunch. And y'all heard me, man. I gotta keep it real. Like, I gotta keep it all the way 100 and a half. Man, it was just something that ticked me off about that. And I know I haven't been here for a couple of weeks, so I had to bring y'all something super special today, man. Today, man, I'm surrounded by the ladies. Man. We got a great topic tonight, and I want to introduce you guys to somebody new. But before we get into that, y'all already know, man, if y'all want to become a member of the channel, go ahead and hit that QR code. But I'm going to go ahead and introduce my first guest. Y'all already know her. She's always doing content with me. It is the #1 credit card co-host in this space. She has 432 credit cards, working on a sign-up bonus right now. She travels all over the world. When you ask any questions, she's going to know exactly what to tell you because she has been everywhere and she knows so much about credit cards. I would like to introduce to you guys the one, the only Key from the Kiki's Adventures credit channel.
You hear that, Sledge?
Yes.
You hear that?
I hear it.
Listen, we've been lightening up the credit card collection. We did some cancellations this week, but
man, we got to talk about that.
Space in the credit card box.
Let's go. We missed you at the meetup, Key. It was so many people asking about you, so I had to hold it down for you over there. But yeah, we missed you at the meetup.
Appreciate you. Yeah, sorry I couldn't be there.
That's all good. We got to take care of ourselves. But before we move on, man, there was one young lady at the meetup. There was one female creator at the credit card meetup. And I got the privilege to have her on here with us today. She is the queen of credit card utilization. She is the queen of the Navy Federal credit cards. It is my girl, my friend, the one and only Tasha from the Major Change Group. What is up, Tasha?
What up, y'all? How are y'all doing today?
What's up, Tasha?
What's going on? Yes.
Man,
Thank you.
I told you I had something special. We've been on here for probably not even 5 minutes. We got 40 people in here. We've been on here for 5 minutes. Yeah. It's gonna be a good night. How you doing, Tasha? I ain't seen you since the last time I seen you, which was like a couple weeks ago.
It's only been a few weeks.
Yeah,
still coming down from my 10, kind of going away from the Puerto Rico.
Right. Hey,
but it was all good.
Look, Tasha went from Costa Rica to Puerto Rico within a week.
Within a week. So I had a great time. So I'm really just
I see you worldwide. I see you.
Worldwide. I forgot to put the banner up for. I ain't put your banner up before I brought you out here, man. And I got these young ladies YouTube channel. I'm going to put it in the chat as soon as after I introduce the last and final guest. So for the last and final guest, this is going to be our first time on here with us. So guys, be kind. I know y'all can get a little rowdy on here. But This young lady I've been checking out her content, so I invited her to come on here with us. She talks about everything in the personal finance space. We talking stocks, we talking ETFs, we talking checking account bonus, not checking account bonus, but different checking accounts. We talking about credit cards, we talk about travel cards, premium cards, and all of that, man. But you know what? Without further ado, I would like to introduce you guys to Bella from the Bella's. From the Bella's Credit Corner channel. I don't know why this thing don't want to let me bring you in, Bella, but yes, Bella is here with us. How are you this afternoon, Bella?
I am good, Sledge. Can you guys hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Hey, Key, been watching you for a little while. And hey, Tasha, very nice to meet you.
How you doing? Good to have
I
you.
am good. Sorry?
I said, good to have you on here.
Yes, good to be here. Thank you so much. I'm glad we were able to schedule this today.
All right, now, because you are the new person here, first time on the channel, I'm sure it won't be the last time. Could you tell the audience a little bit about your channel and where you're going with that channel?
Sure. So my channel focuses on overall financial literacy. In the last 2 years, I've kind of shifted focus to investing. I do have a corporate finance background, and I do believe that that's the main trajectory of my channel, since there aren't a lot of us in that space. It's that taboo topic people tend to be kind of nervous about when they really don't have to be. And so I'm trying to be that safe space where you can learn about investing, where it's not overwhelming, it's easy to understand. And so looking to motivate our community to just focus more on building wealth and focusing on long-term investments. So, but as you mentioned, I do talk about credit cards. I love credit cards. I love points. I love rewards. That's definitely my main passion. And so, yeah, everything in financial space is basically my main focus.
That's what's up. I know I've been going through your channel a little bit. I've been going through your channel. They call me Mr. Do You because I research every single person before they, come into this space. But yeah, I wouldn't have invited you on here if I didn't think that your content was good. You got a lot going on. I see you at, I think you was at like 972 subscribers.
Yep.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put your YouTube channel down here in the comments, and we're going to get you to 1,000 subscribers tonight. We are going to get you to 1,000 subscribers tonight. You guys right there, man. Hey, do your boy a favor, man. Do your boy a favor. I just put Bella's channel down in the chat. Go ahead, hit that up. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get Bella to 1,000 subscribers in here tonight. It's not gonna be the last time I put the link in there, but this is how we gonna start off. I want this relationship that we have to start off with a bang, and that's how we gonna go from there.
That would be
man. The topic at hand. This topic this is actually Key's topic. Key comes up with most of the topics, right? Key comes up with most of the topics. She'll just shoot me a text out of nowhere about a topic, but realistically, we don't talk about it after that, right? Everything that we talk about is right here on camera. So she shot me the topic about the benefits. And we both busy. We both live a busy life. We doing whatever we do. And then we meet when it's time to do these lives. We may chit chat a little bit between the time, but we really don't talk about the topics because we want everything to be organic. And tonight, Key, what is the topic tonight?
Okay, so it's November 2025. Y'all already know that. Happy early Thanksgiving to everybody. Ultimately, wanting to just do a look back on where you've gone, where you've come from, and maybe some things that you need to do before a lot of these credits reset, a lot of these perks and benefits maybe start over again for 2026. So really taking an evaluation of what you have today, what you've maybe forgotten, because, life be lifing, and we're not perfect. So that's really the topic, talking about some of the hidden credit card benefits and perks that are maybe quarterly, monthly, right? It's a lot easier when these things are all in one shot, but when they're kind of broken up over time, we got stuff going on. So sometimes we put these on the back burner.
Sometimes we put it on the back burner. Before you came in, Bella, I was telling the girls about one of the ones that I repeatedly forget about, but it's just part of being, having different credit cards and things like that. It just happens, so.
Right.
When you don't forget about stuff, and asking everybody in the chat too, because we need to get lively here on Friday night. But
For sure.
ultimately, right? How do you determine when you have too many credit cards, right? We are all different here. Sledge got me beat at 46 cards. I got 45. Tasha is always, eliminating cards, downgrading. And Ms. Bella, I'm not sure of your portfolio. I'm looking at your channel. It looks like you may have a lot of cards as well.
I've kind of dwindled them down to, especially during COVID, since many things
Mhm.
weren't happening during COVID. So my
Yeah.
portfolio isn't as extensive, but I have the main ones that I gravitate to for sure.
Okay. So thinking about that, right? We each have our own portfolios. We each have different goals with travel and points and miles. How do you determine, right? Or does it make you feel bad when you forget about a credit that may have expired at this point? Does it make you feel like you need to start trimming some of these cards down to make sure you're maximizing? And I'm asking everybody in the chat on here, let's talk about it, y'all, because I know I feel guilty. Like I'm like, dang, I left how much money on the table? And I'm like, shoot, okay, I probably wouldn't have done that if I only had a normal amount of cards, 5 cards or less. I think I'd be more top of mind to getting it done. But.
All right. Who want to go? Who want to go first on that one?
Sledge, why don't you kick us off? What was the card you were talking about? You mentioned it was Grubhub, but tell us about the card and tell us about how the credit operates.
Okay, one of my VIP cards. One of my VIP cards is the City AA Executive Card, which comes with a $10 a month Grubhub credit. I could say I got that card. I believe I had it up maybe a year now, maybe a little over a year. I probably missed out on that credit at least 6 or 7 times. I just don't think about it. I just don't think about the $10. But in my case, the way I feel about certain credits, especially like those $10 credits, it doesn't bother me that much, right? It doesn't bother me that much with the credit, because just say for instance, like something like Grubhub, it's something that I may or may not partaking in on a regular basis. So if I didn't have the credit, I wouldn't be using Grubhub per se anyway, right?
Right.
I never had a Grubhub app on my phone until I got that card. Now, do I get food delivered? Yes, but for some reason in my mind, I kind of just go to Uber Eats for whatever reason, right? I just go to Uber Eats, so I'm not even thinking about Grubhub for the most part. So missing on that credit is not a big deal for me. I have another credit that I don't really think about on American Express Platinum card, and that's the Equinox credit. It's a $300 credit that you can do, but there's no Equinox near me, right? Like the closest Equinox to me is probably over 300 miles away. I've only seen in person 2 Equinox ever.
You got me beat. I saw one the other day. That was crazy. I was
really?
like, we got one of these in Boston? Okay.
I've seen one in Miami and I've seen one in Houston. Those are the only 2 I've ever seen, like in person. And I know you can use the app because I did it before. I got the app just because I wanted to, I just wanted to use the credit, but I didn't use that app one time. I didn't use the app one time. So from my personal experience, I'm just like, you know what? I don't even care about it because I wouldn't even be thinking about Equinox or anything like that in the first place. It is not something that attracted me to it. I didn't see the American Express Platinum card, read through the benefits, and was like, oh man, it's Equinox credit. This is why I'm getting this card. You know what I mean? So I never thought about it like that anyway. But I look at a lot of the credit cards from the way that I'll do things, because most of my points come from sign up bonuses and spending, right? So if I miss out on some of the perks of the card, the way I look at it is so be it. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's a lot of people who try to get every single nook and cranny from every single credit card down to the penny. I'm not that person.
Let me ask you this. Did you get the AA card because of Grubhub?
I did not get it.
Okay, well then what are we talking about? Okay, easy, done.
I wouldn't get any card because of Grubhub.
Why should someone get the AA card if it's not for Grubhub or these dining credits? Like, what's the reason for it? They should do that?
I mean, You get that car because that car fits your lifestyle, and there's no other reason for you. Okay, let me say that. I can't say there's no other reason.
Mm-hmm.
You get the car because it fits your lifestyle, but you can also get a car because it has a great sign-up bonus, and you want to get that sign-up bonus at the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get that car because you needed a certain amount of points, and this is the easiest way for you to get it. You know what I mean? Like, you needed 100,000 points, and guess what? If I sign up for this car, I can get 100,000 points with a little. I mean, the easiest way and quickest way possible. That's why you got the car.
Right.
Now, if you want to reevaluate that card, come whenever you want to reevaluate it, like Bella said, what she did with her cars when she downsized, then so be it. But I don't think that the credit should always determine, if you're going to keep it or cancel a card every single time, because there's other things that card might provide you that might outweigh some of these credit that are on those cards.
100%.
Right.
Tasha, so, and Bella, you're next. Don't think you getting away. Don't sit back in your
I'm
chair
ready.
now. Tasha, let me ask you a question, because last year, or maybe it was this year, I can't exactly remember, you were working towards the Surpass card, hitting that $15,000 on that card to hit that free hotel certificate. I hate calling it free hotel certificates, by the way. It's kind of like Resi restaurants for me. But why did you do that? And would you still do that in the future, knowing what you know now as you look back and, trying to maximize all the benefits that came on that card?
Wow, so that's a good question. So one, the reason that I did it last year is because I was stating for 2025, I wanted to use all points and cash back for domestic travel. And so I said, and I want to say Caesar is the one that pointed it out, because I think just like what you said, some of the credit cards, when you apply for it, there are a lot of credits on there, but that's not really one that I was looking at. But once I had got down to October, for that credit card, if you spend $15K in 1 year, then you can get the one night certificate. And so I was maybe at $4,000. So I said, you know what? I'm going to treat it as a, like reverse spin to get the points. So that's how I really stated it. And you know what? I got so excited about that because I was thinking, I'm going to give me a suite and all that kind of stuff. And so you already know I was disappointed on the back end. But so I didn't even do it this year. I didn't do it this year. But now the thing is, I didn't do any extra spend. I still did my normal spend. I just used all my spend on that credit card. And so, but it was good. It was good because one, I was able to go to a hotel that I probably wouldn't have, booked on my own, even though when we had went to the first creators meetup, we had stayed at the Roosevelt. And so that's why I was just like, okay, this is nice. I'm going to do it again. And so then I said, I'm going to go to DC. But I wouldn't have normally stayed there because that room was probably like $800. So I'm more so like maybe $250 and under, somewhere like that. So for me to, for it to be $800, that's not where I naturally would have done it. So to be able to do that was good. But to spend $15K, I don't know that it was, it
so you spent $15K, or you spent almost most of that, like three quarters of that almost in the back half of the year, October to December, basically.
No, because you already know a little bit what happened, because I had got that credit card 2023, was it? Or 2024? I can't remember. And I was putting a lot of spend on it.
Yep.
But I didn't end up getting my my bonus for it. And so since I had already put a lot of spend on it, but then so then by the time the end of the year, I was like, I would have probably had met that anyway.
Right.
So but I think I'm kind of like Sledge to where, on other credit cards. So I have 14 credit cards. So of course there are going to be cards that there are some perks and benefits that I really, really like, but then some of them I'm not. So for instance, this year I had got rid of the American Express Gold card. Now, of course, there were some credits on there that I didn't use, but it was some on there that I made sure that I used every month. So I always made sure that I used the Uber Eat, and I did it for Uber Eats, and I would go pick it up. And then the Resi credit. I love that Resi credit because it was $50, and I will always find a cool restaurant on there. So I really like to use that one. But yeah, so
okay. Miss Bella, I'm not sure of your credit card portfolio right now, but maybe you can run us through what cards you have and maybe where your priorities are right now today, especially holiday season coming up.
Yeah. So the Amex Platinum, the Gold, the World of Hyatt. Um, I'm an authorized user on my husband's Delta Reserve. I had him upgrade that 2 years ago when we were going to Europe.
Mm-hmm.
The Chase Freedom Unlimited and the Bank of America Cash Rewards. That's mine. So he
Amazing.
has his portfolio.
Amazing.
So we kind of, simultaneously pool points, or he has more focus on one area versus myself. So, and the Ritz card from Chase.
Thank you. Oh my, finally, someone has some sense. Thank
So
you.
that card was not one of my first, but that card was amazing. So we had used that card for our first trip to Aruba back in 2017. And so the sign up at the time was 3 free nights. It was fantastic. I don't know how else to live after that. It was just fantastic, the service there. So now I need to check out more Ritz-Carltons across like the Cayman Islands. And anyway, I love
Amazing.
that. Love
Okay, love it. Love to hear it. And just background for those of you who haven't been around the Marriott program since before all the changes and mergers and Chase over here, Amex over here. There was a point in time for a good, I would say 18 months to 24 months where no matter what, wherever you wanted, the most amount of Marriott points was 60,000 points. So there were a lot of people capitalizing on getting Marriott cards and upgrading those to Ritz cards. So when we talk about some of the folks that have been around the credit card game, this is why they have cards that they have, like the Ritz and some of these other Marriott cards, because back in the day, amazing. Now it's still great, right? People always want to say, well, it's gone through a devaluation, but we have to operate with the rules we got, y'all. Maximize while we can.
Yes.
So that's what I wanted to say there.
Like this question in regards to benefits that you kind of forget. I'm big on using purchase protection and extended warranty, but it's always hard to go back and say, well, which card did I put this on? So that's one of my biggest struggles, but that's the one benefit I love to leverage. I've gotten so many things, refunded because of that, and things you wouldn't even think about. My favorite one is a pair of UGG boots. It's so simple. Wore them for like 2 years. Got them from Nordstrom. I was putting it on one day. It kind of tore. Amex reimbursed me for those shoes because
So I like to break it down. When you say purchase protection, like talk to me about what that means. Like I know we all know, but just so we're all on the same page, what does that mean exactly? How do you do that? Kind of go through those steps.
So for this particular example, this was extended warranty. So if you buy a product on a card and it has an original manufacturer's warranty, the bank will normally extend that warranty for 1 to 5 years, depending upon the bank. So because UGG boots do have a warranty, in case you guys didn't know, they do stand behind their product. And so for me, I had it, a little over a year. The boot ripped. Amex reimbursed me for that because it did not stand up to the wear and tear.
Yeah.
So most people wouldn't even think about that. I thought it was a long shot. I'm like, UGG boots, I have worn them for like 2 winters, but they actually did reimburse me. So to your point, Key, with purchase protection, that's more of a short-term insurance. So if you buy an item, depending upon the bank, it's either 90 days or 120 days, where if that item is lost, stolen, or damaged, the bank will reimburse you for that item, depending upon the cost, right? There are threshold limits. There are exclusions as well, depending upon what you're buying. But those are 2 benefits I think people they're underutilized, in my opinion. But they can
completely agree. There is such a stigma around people maximizing points and always working towards a sign-up bonus. And Tasha, interested to hear your thoughts on this, but people will use a card because they're working on a sign-up bonus for, I'll say, a large purchase, right? Let's just use, I don't know, you're purchasing something for the holidays for somebody. I don't know. I go to a lot of games. So a propane heater, right? $200 object. You purchase this on your local credit union card because you're working on a sign-up bonus. You got $100 cash back, but you're not protected if and when, right? Because this is a heavy use item that you're going to be using. If and when that thing conks out, you got to go buy another $200 item, or you can earn something like 1 point per dollar stop using gift cards. Like, earn 1 point per dollar on your American Express Platinum card, your Business Platinum card, so you're protected on some of these larger purchases, your laptops, your UGG boots. Like, I don't know, Tasha, what do you think on that? What do you think? How you?
Oh no, yes, I wrote that one down too. I think that's a good one that sometimes we kind of forget about. And then it was on, I don't know if it was on Instagram or maybe even on YouTube. It was a lady that was a personal assistant for somebody, and this man, he would make her write down when she purchased every single item, and then maybe like a year or before it was almost going to be up, would send it back so that they could get like a whole new product.
Yeah, that's crazy work. That's crazy work. But okay, there's always people like that.
Yeah.
Hey, look, the banks get over on us enough, man. Hey, I can't knock the hustle. It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't knock the hustle. But since right now we got 64 people in here, I'm gonna put Bella's channel in here again, guys. We trying to get Bella to, I think this is, yeah, we trying to get Bella to 1,000 subs before the night is over. I just put her channel inside of the comments. Go ahead and hit that subscription. I've seen a few people. I've seen a bunch of people go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and hit it up for your boy. Mm-hmm. But all right, Key, what else we got on the agenda? Oh, you know what? We can't go any further without Key telling me what card she was approved for this week, because I know you got another card. You didn't tell me, but I know you did.
All right, so here's what's happening, y'all. I recently applied by accident. I swear, you got to believe me. For 2 cards that are the same. So, I love having multiples of the same card, especially when there's no annual fee, or, you can figure out how to get no annual fee for having a checking account or savings account with some of these places. So I was like, y'all, I wonder if PenFed will not let me just have 2 PenFed Pathfinder rewards cards. I wonder if they'll let me have 3. Here's what happened. I did my application and I submitted it, and it had this error message, y'all, like, oh, didn't read the application. It went back like the previous screen. Like, I almost hit the back button. So I submitted it again, y'all. I was like, oh, oops, guess that didn't go through. And so I actually applied for my 4th PenFed Pathfinder card. I'm going through the process to get the 4th one approved, but the 3rd one was actually approved here. So say all that to say, PenFed Pathfinder card, y'all, $0 annual fee if you just have a checking account at this credit union. That's it.
Tell them.
That's it. Checking account.
Wow.
The Rakuten card was my MVP for 2025. The PenFed Pathfinder cards will be my MVP of credit cards of all time, always. Like what Key said about having the $5 in the checking account waives the $99 annual fee. And keep in mind, so now you have a $0 annual fee card that gives you $100 travel credit every year.
Every calendar year.
You cannot beat that.
I have this card right now. I have, it's in the mailbox, but I have it in 2025. I'm going to use that $100 credit. I personally am going to use that to purchase a $100 American Airlines gift card. Then January 1st, I'm going to do the same exact thing. $200. It took me, maybe I'll have to do this twice because maybe I'll have 4 of these cards, but we're going to see. We're going to see. But you need to start making sure that, you kind of go through this process. Now is the time to make sure if you have cards with calendar year credits, like your Ritz card, Bella, Tasha, like if you're going to hit that $15,000, right? Because marketing does a good job. They want you using these cards. Like, that's why that threshold exists.
Yep.
But in Sledge, right? Have you used your Avis credit? Have you used some of those other perks that are a lot simpler to use than a $10 a month Grubhub credit?
Right.
$10 a month, whatever. Because you're going to pay more than that fees.
Those big credits going to be the ones that you gravitate to more than likely anyway. You know what I mean? Especially if those are ones that you use anyway. Like I say, as far as the Avis credit that comes on that AA card, I might only rent a car once a year, but that $120 credit definitely comes in handy, right? It's $120. It's not $10 a month on it. It's $120 when I use it. I'm done with it. And as I've said many times on this channel, I don't rent cars all like that. So that $120 credit is good enough for me, So it was a comment that I wanted to go back to.
Also, Miss Bella, I just subscribed to your channel. I cannot wait to watch.
Let's go.
Oh, thank you. I subbed to yours a few weeks ago when Sledge first reached out.
Appreciate you.
Of course.
All right. And you know what? While we right here, I got to pat myself on the back a little bit because, man, if I don't do it, who else going to do it, man?
I can't do it right now.
Nobody else
I can't right now,
brings
Mr.
this
Do
many
your
people.
research.
You know you're my girl. There's nobody who brings, but Tyler, the heck? Yeah, I don't know. It took me out for a minute too. That brings the community together. Like I want to bring so many people in this community, and I just, you know what? We need more females in here. We do. We need more females in the community. Not only that, we have the females, but the thing is, I think it's so much better when we can work together. We might talk about the same exact thing, but we all have our own different input.
Yep.
We have our different opinions. We have our own different strategies, and I think the most beautiful thing about it, we can all learn from each other. Right? We can all learn from each other, and that's why I am such a student of listening to creators like you guys, because I can pick up on something that I would have never thought of just by watching an 8-minute video of something that you guys say.
Right.
So yeah, man, this is to me.
All right, let's do a quick poll, both in the chat and for us. So thumbs up if you agree with Dem's statement, thumbs down if you disagree, and let's talk about it. Let's see where we're at. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Whoa. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Sorry,
so we're all in alignment. I should go thumbs up then. Okay. All right.
All right, Del.
Yeah, because you know me, sometimes I'm gonna just be trying to apply for the credit card just for that bonus on the front end. But it can be so many different reasons, because like, let's say even for me this year, I've been really having my Citi Platinum American Airlines card. But you know, the thing is, I'm not getting, let's say with dining, I could probably use another credit card to get 3 or 4 times the points compared to that one. But for my need that I needed for 2025, I needed the airline points. So why it might not make sense to somebody else, it makes sense to me. So really, credit card use is a personal, it's a personal thing. So what somebody else does, it might not be, you know, what you will do. And so then I'll change my strategy. So I'm going to be changing my strategy for 2026, but it benefited me, you know, for that time that I did it.
Okay. I hear you, Tasha. I actually recently, someone emailed me, so you can always email me. I'm going to get back to you. I might be a little slow, but I'm going to get back to you. Y'all already know. But I actually recommended to somebody the other day, based on their specific travel goal, that they got that same AA card. But when they're meeting that minimum spending requirement, I actually recommended, because they didn't have any spend in mind. They had the cash, right? They weren't like spending beyond their means.
Yeah.
I said, why don't you buy points, right, while they're on sale with American, or while they're on sale to hit that sign-up bonus, and you're going to get 70, 80,000 American Airlines points for doing that, plus, you know, whatever you're purchasing. And that really helped them. They're now going first class to Asia in 2026. But like, I feel like not a lot of people talk about that strategy. A lot of people are like, spend, you know, on your groceries and on your gas and on this, but it's like, what are your travel goals? What are you trying to do?
Right.
If you already have this money saved, why not maximize it even more, right? You already had this money for this trip, so how can we get you there quicker?
I would also say not using one credit doesn't totally negate the benefits of the card, right? There's other reasons why you got the card. If you're using the majority of the benefits,
right,
I think there's no problem with missing out on a few menial nominal credits that really don't move the needle. So it's all about perspective. I think with a card that totally is just sitting dormant altogether, like you're not using any credits, no benefits, not using it, then that's when that topic does need to come up. But outside of that, I think that statement, it's not an all or nothing, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
I agree. There's a reason why you missed it. Obviously, you weren't trying to stretch your lifestyle. You weren't trying to stretch your, you know, what you're doing on a day-to-day, month-to-month to hit these credits. Like if you hit it, great. But also you would have been on your statement like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. But you're not like, oh, okay, I got to go 10 miles out the way to go to a specific gas station because Like that's crazy, y'all. Like, come on now.
Right. Like the gold card had the Dunkin' Donuts credit. I'm not a Dunkin' girl necessarily. If my sister up the street wants to go, it's like, hey, but I'm not going on my way to go to Dunkin' Donuts just to use that Dunkin' credit.
Yep. That's a good
Wait, with
point.
things, okay, so two things. With the Dunkin' credit, that's an at-home credit. So I kind of feel some type of way, and I'm guilty, right? I've been messing up my Resi credit. Sledge, we're gonna call you out in a second. But the Dunkin' credit is at home. Here's what I mean by at-home credits. You're not gonna find this in marketing material. You can sit on your couch, go to your app, type in, I want a gift card on Dunkin', boom, hits your credit. Resi, same thing. You do not have to leave your house to use these Resi restaurant credits. Sledge, tell me.
Well, hold on. You know what I can do now, Key? I never carry this card. It can come out of my wallet now. I'm not flying anywhere today. I just used that credit yesterday. So I'm done with the platinum card. I don't carry my platinum card around. Like I don't feel the need to carry it around unless I'm traveling somewhere. Or I'm going to go spend that Resi credit because I'm definitely pulling it out.
But the Resi credit is an at-home credit. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to leave your house to use the Resi credit. So same with the Dunkin' credit. You sit on your couch, go into your app, reload your gift card, set it and forget it. So I feel guilty. I've been personally not using my Resi credit. I feel guilty because that's an at-home creddet. I don't have to leave my house.
I can't believe that. You should have let me know. I would, man, when I had the Express Gold card, soon as that quarter came up, I was on the website, which restaurant, seeing which restaurants I wanted to go to. Man, I can't believe it.
Sledge has a hack. Sledge, how do we make the Resi credit an at-home credit? I know you have videos on it, but we live, so we got to give the people something.
All right. I won't say 90%. I'll say somewhere around 75 or 80% of gift cards are produced by a company called Toast, right? If you go through the list of restaurants in the Resi program and you go on their website and look for their gift cards, you go to the gift cards and you scroll down all the way to the bottom and see who issues that gift card. If that gift card is issued by Toast, you can do it what Key says, buy the gift card online, and every single month you can keep stacking, or every quarter, whenever you can just keep stacking the gift card. And so this way you don't have a $50 credit, you don't have a $10 credit, you have a whatever you want credit when you get ready to use it. So, it might be your birthday and you go to this restaurant. Now you got $300.
Yeah.
Or, whatever you had.
I like that.
Or you're traveling to visit family in New England and that's the real Dunkin'. You can get real Dunkin' and bring that to the holiday party or whatever.
Right, for sure. Yeah. You can just keep stacking those credits. But before we go any further, my God, Happy Time blessed us over here. So we got to drop the music for him.
Cool.
Happy Time, my God. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. That's just something we doing here. Whenever anybody blesses with anything, we got to hit the music for him. And actually, that was his comment, to play the music, because he already know.
Nice.
Okay. Next question, unless we have questions in the chat. I've been trying to make sure we're answering everything tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the chat today. They kind of sloppy with questions today, man. They just,
man.
But at least they subscribing. At least they subscribing to Bella over there. But golly, what are questions at, y'all?
Okay. So I have a question for the group here, and for everybody that's out here. We appreciate your time on a Friday night, or afternoon, depending on where y'all are at.
For sure.
What are some, like, outside of the $10 here, $50 here, annual credits, those types of things, some of those benefits that you talked about: return protection, purchase protection, extended warranty. Have y'all used any of those types of benefits? I'll say like insurance type benefits this year. And if so, you mentioned the UGG booth, but anybody have any other examples of that? Sometimes I find like it's more beneficial for us to have concrete examples, if and when we can.
So I have an example. My husband bought me an Apple Watch in 2024. It fell on the bathroom floor, shattered and cracked. But luckily he did I think he put on the gold or platinum card. So then we had to, file the purchase protection, because within that 90-day time period. And then I ended up upgrading it because it just made sense. So it wasn't a 1-for-1, but I took that money to go towards an upgraded Apple Watch. And so I didn't bother buying Apple Care for the watch because we bought it right on the Gold or Platinum. So things like that, I love to make sure I do. I don't want to pay for the warranty, Apple Care, at least not for the Apple Watch anyway. So that was one thing I did earlier this year.
That's smart. That's smart. So Apple Care is like $20, $30 a month. It's like different per product. So that's big savings, right?
For sure.
So
Wow.
that's amazing.
For sure. You know what? If you purchase, okay, this is just a tip for somebody. Just to put this out there. If you purchase anything and you traveling, right? You traveling, you put it in your luggage. You have purchase protection on it. You know, once you give up a hold of that luggage and give it to the airline, you cannot file purchase protection on those. But you can file for the luggage protection. So it's important for people to understand the difference between those things, because if you file for the purchase protection, they're going to deny. They're going to deny it.
Correct.
You know, so if something comes up missing out of your luggage, not saying anything's gonna come up missing out of your luggage that you might have just bought, but it's possible, right?
Right.
Like it's possible. When you get luggage back from TSA, you know, you may have that little card in there saying that the TSA been through your luggage. But you know what those TSA agents are? They're human. And humans do human things. Right? So yeah, just to put that out there, right.
Okay, so know what you're gonna claim if something happens.
Make sure you know it, because once you claim one, it's gonna be hard to prove another one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
I got one talking about the Ritz card. I love the Ritz card. I have 2 of these bad boys. I wish I could get more of them. But I use the roadside assistance. So you get up to 4 calls per year. Up until recently, I didn't have AAA, but now I have a free family plan account now. So I'm rolling with AAA. But I had 2 flat tires, and I have a Tesla. So never mind, it doesn't come with 1 spare tire. Never mind 2 of them. But I had 2 flat tires at the same time. I called Chase, or the number on the back of the Ritz card. They knew exactly who to transfer me over to. Really quick call. And they were able to tow my car. And normally you get an allotment. I think it's a $50 per incident or something like that. Y'all, they towed me like 40, 50 miles, and I'd never got a bill. There's no way that towing charge was less than $50. Not a chance.
Wow.
So shout out to them for that.
shout out to them for that.
And there's no, like, you don't need to purchase anything, right? Like, I'm not paying for my car on my Ritz card. It's just, I have the card. I'm able to use that benefit.
I miss when American Express used to offer that. They used to offer that years ago. I remember my son's car had broken down at work. I called Amex. They towed his car to the house. But I think during COVID, they kind of got rid of that. But definitely comes in handy for sure.
Yeah. You know what? I remember back in the day, the Capital One. I know everybody be crapping on the Capital One Quicksilver, the low end Capital One cars. A long time ago, my wife's car had stopped. But she had roadside assistance on that Quicksilver card. No annual fee came out. You know what I'm saying? Towed the car, but know the perks, the benefits on your car, because you never know when you're gonna need to use those things.
Yeah. Agreed. Now I have a confession to make. When I first got into this, I refused to pay an annual fee. I did not understand, why would I pay a bank to have a credit card? I was so anti-annual fee. Of course, obviously, once I got really into it, I realized, oh, that's why. So I think a lot of people too, you have to kind of understand, to your point, what you're getting, and is the annual fee worth paying versus not. So it's embarrassing to say it now, but at the time I didn't know any better. But
no, don't be embarrassed, because look, I'm the number 2 right here, because I'm just like, I'm a no to low annual fee. But look, Key and Sledge, y'all might be proud of me, because I'm looking to apply for some other credit cards, more so like airline credit cards. And I'm like, I might, see about going up on the annual fee, because I'm coming around to see, the annual fee on that card. It does have, sometimes more benefit, and it can really, be good. So I'm just like, I'm looking at some other credit cards that maybe I wouldn't normally look at here lately.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would never have thought this ever.
No, I'm glad you
Please,
brought it
Tasha.
up because I was gonna wait to tell y'all.
I would never thought about
You've
that. But
changed.
we got dropped in. We got to drop one for my guy John.
Oh, hit the
John,
music.
our accredited travelers in the building, y'all.
John.
Salute to you, my brother.
We missed you at the meetup, John.
Yeah, man. For sure. I
Okay.
didn't even find out John wasn't going until I was there.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. It was a
Let's
few
go
people
back to
there.
that. Bella, you said something so interesting to me. You said you couldn't originally get over the fact of paying an annual fee. And then we'll get to Matthew's question too. But what was your first card where you realized, like, oh, okay, this is why we pay an annual fee?
Oh, you're taking the backward ways. Oh my God, what would have been the first one? It might have been the Ritz.
Okay, that makes sense.
It might have been the Ritz, and I know what it was. It was the Ritz because at the time there was rumors on the points guide that they were increasing the annual fee. Back then, it was like $3.95. So this is how long ago we're talking about. So
And
then
you
it
still had that $300 credit.
And so and it mentioned they had the bonus was 3 free nights. So I said, wow. And back then I was reading the forums on my FICO. That's what I really learned about. That's why you pay annual fees. So it kind of spiraled from there. It was the Ritz, then it was the Platinum, and yeah. So now we clearly don't mind paying annual fees.
I hear you. Okay. Let us know in the chat too. The chat is dry tonight. Let us know, what was the first card that you realized paying an annual fee was like, okay, we can get 8x return, 2x return if we do this. Tasha, curious, what card was that for you? Was that the Hilton card or Navy Federal?
You know what? I'm gonna say it was the American Express Gold card. Cause see, even before then, I would get maybe like $100 or under. So that's why I would say I was more so to a no to low annual fee. But then when that American Express Gold card had that 100,000 membership reward points, I went ahead and got it. So for sure, year 1 and year 2, it was really good. But then this year, I actually went ahead and downgraded it to the green.
Okay, Sledge, you're up, my guy.
Man, you know what? For me, it was actually an Amex green card. It was the Amex green card because I had the green card before I had the platinum card, before I had the gold card.
Okay.
So it was I remember I could just remember taking a trip to Vegas, you know, getting the points for the flights. At this point in time, I'm just paying for hotels, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really into, you know, redeeming for hotels and things like that. So paying for the hotel. But you know, I always say I'm the king of Uber. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting the points for the flights. I'm getting around, you know what I'm saying, using that green card, stacking up the points. And from that point on, it kind of like just changed the way that I looked at the annual fee on cards. And at this time, you weren't getting that $209 clear credit. It wasn't
you
a
had
thing.
Lounge Buddy though, or whatever it used to be called.
Well, you know what? Okay, yeah, you were getting Lounge Buddy, but you know what else you got? You got the $99 away luggage credit. So I was able to use that one. But yeah, so that was a little minute ago. But yeah, that was
Well, we got 2 Amex cards. I see some people in the chat saying Amex also. I'm gonna go back to Chase. My first card that I got was the IHG Rewards Club credit card. Something like that. I don't know the exact name, but it was $49, y'all. So I was in grad school at the time, or just getting out of grad school. So, you know, I'm not balling. I'm still not balling. But like, I was like, okay, I got to pay $50 for what? And the reason, this is what got me. You got a hotel night certificate that you could use anywhere in the world, uncapped. Like there was no restriction on it at all. So me, I don't pay for hotels with cash, but I was like, oh, I'm about to go to Vegas and stay at one of these nice properties. Like I think I stayed at the Venetian. Man, my friends thought we were kings and queens in that room. I $50, $49 fee.
I love the Venetian, man. I do.
Yeah.
That should be my joint, man. I like to mix it up now, but man, the Venetian, the Bellagio, them used to be my joints when I went to Vegas, like for real.
Okay.
Gotta,
I got us distracted. Matthew had a question
yeah.
a little while back.
Yeah.
You know, people get on us when we late, but go ahead,
They,
Sedge.
they do. I gotta put this one out there. I gotta cover my card number. We all know about the transition between Discover and Capital One, right? I got my Capital One debit card in, and guess what? It is now on the Discover network.
Dang.
They've moved it over. I figured that was the reason they wanted to get Discover for their payment network. My only concern with that is international. Since the rate of Discover is not great, so I don't know if they're going to. I don't know if it would be smart for them to move their whole credit card portfolio over to the Discover payment network. You know, because I feel like when you start talking about international travel, they might run into a lot of issues. So, yeah.
So on one of their earnings call, they did mention the roadmap. So they do plan to transition all cards to the Discover network. They just are going to wait till the contracts to expire. Of course, that's going to be problematic for, to your point, international travel. But I think the game plan is to expand the acceptance abroad, kind of like how Amex did over time. They have a whole trajectory. Is it going to work the way they want to? I don't know, but there is a plan that they have.
I love that you mentioned the earnings call because these commercials have been killing me. They're talking about 99.9% acceptance rate. I'm like, what kind of metric are y'all using?
Yeah. Yep.
They using that. They stacking them rest of gift cards. All right, wait, but I see another one.
Hey there.
But someone had a question, I think, about credits and not using it.
I did. I lost it. I had it. I actually had it up somewhere. I lost it.
Okay, I got it. I found it. It's Matthew Smith, or maybe Smythe. I don't know.
Bam, got it.
Along the same lines of missing a credit, what about offers? So Amex offers, Chase offers, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, excuse me. Sometimes I spend on the card and I find out later that there was an offer I could have activated but didn't, or found an offer on a different card.
That's a good one, because you know what? For the my Amex Sapphire Preferred card, I go in and do some of the offers and put it on the card. So when I go, to the mall, I can. They even had it at Olive Garden one time. I had used that, so I go in periodically. Just on stuff that's going to be within my natural spend to see if I can add it on there. So yeah, I do like that.
Yeah. For me, if it's even a slight chance that I might go to it, I just add it.
Yeah, because even if you don't use it, it's still okay.
I mean, so if I use it, I'll just use it. If I don't, I don't.
People that make me upset, y'all. Yeah, because okay, so with these offers, just from like a marketing perspective, like working at the bank.
Right.
There's oftentimes a limited amount. So say you have a 10% back at, I don't know, Walmart, right? That's not really an offer that's out there, but 10% back at Walmart up to $100. They may only restrict that to the first 20,000 people that add that to their card, and that's it. So people like you make me upset, Sledge. I'm gonna tell you.
I'm not in this game for everybody else.
I know I saw a credit. I've been looking through my thing, and I'm like, oh, they must have maxed it out already.
Right. Well, Amex does a good job of sending notifications if you're near a store that has an offer. They sometimes will do that, but if you're home doing things, then that's kind of, that doesn't work. So,
but how often are y'all looking at those credits? Because I feel like, I have probably 20 different banks I do business with. How often are y'all going in and seeing like, okay, Amex has this, Chase has this?
I only do Amex. I don't really focus on the other ones. Yeah, kind of guilty. Yeah.
But I do them every time I pay my bills. If I pay the bill, I'll go and look, and I'll see the ones that I have activated, and then I go and just scan through them. Some of them I can't do it. Capital One has like 2 million offers, so I'm not going to sit there and scan through all of those offers. Right. But the one with a civil amount, they may have 30 to 50. It's not that it don't take that long to just scan through them real quick. But yeah, I pretty much just do it whenever I pay the bill for whatever particular card.
So Matthew, I would say no big deal, right? Unless you have a big purchase before you go in the store, maybe you just scan through the Amex offers real quick, but I wouldn't let it hinder you. Instead, I would say, okay, if this is a large purchase, do I care about things like extended warranty? Do I care about some of these other benefits and just ball out? Or if you're just working on a minimum spending requirement, okay, maybe that makes sense. But I wouldn't worry about it. A couple credits here and there, not the end of the world.
Yeah, look, I was gonna say sometimes the Navy Federal credit cards, they'll email you offers.
Yeah.
Because I want to say here recently but it could have. It's usually like a small offer, maybe like 2 to 10,000 points. But I want to say the latest one was on like utilities and stuff, and I meant to add it, but since I'm not really using those credit cards, and then it was like I got busy and I forgot, and that would have been an easy because it was probably you had to spend what $200 or $300, something like that. So it'd have been real easy to pay maybe like my Comcast or some other utility.
Okay. I hear that.
Nice.
Yeah, I like to set it and forget it ones, like on the US Bank Altitude Go. If you pay a subscription for 11 months, then they give you the $15 credit. So you just put a subscription on there and just let it go, for the whole time. And then if you put a $15 subscription on there, you're essentially getting a month free.
Right.
So once you get to that 11 months, you would go pay for it anyway, with a credit card. Why not put it on those credit cards? But we got something in here with my guy, Rodney, dropped us the $20 spot.
What up, Rodney?
I gotta give Rodney a special shout out. I gotta give Rodney a super special shout out. Because when I walked up to Rodney at the meetup, he had on the Do Your Research shirt when I walked up to him.
Oh, nice.
He had the shirt on at the meetup. So yeah. Mm-hmm. I had to take a picture with him and everything. Yeah. And Jonathan, I seen Jonathan in the chat. He actually won one of my shirts, and I presented it to him at the meetup. So yeah, shout out to both of them for sure.
Yeah, shout out. It was good to me, Rodney.
For sure. We got Matthew. Matthew say, for me, the first annual fee card was an AA Platinum Select. Flew with my family, lots of check bags. There you go, lots of check bags.
Right there.
Look,
and you get to go into so you get to go into group 5, and I like that because it's you get to pick your seat, and then usually because it seems like most people is group 6 and back, but group 5 is still a good spot to where you can put your like your carry-ons and stuff up there.
Mm-hmm. Man.
Yeah.
Listen.
I don't know what happened. I forgot I don't know if I didn't put my American Airlines number on this ticket or what. I'm looking at my ticket, on my Apple phone. I'm like, group 9. I'm like, how many groups does American Airlines have?
Dang, you was all the way in the back, Keith.
Yeah, I was mad.
Man, that was cold-blooded right there.
Oh, I felt insulted. I was like, what in the world is group 9?
Oh man, I didn't even know it went back that far.
Yeah, they was doing the when I got on, closing up the baggage thing. I was like, oh no.
Wow.
It's hilarious.
Oh wow.
You know what? That happened to me one time, and I get up there, and it's like, first of all, it's like group 8 or 9, and then second thing is prompting me to pay for the bag, and I'm like, what I didn't realize was I booked an American Airlines flight through Alaska, so my Alaska number was on there, not my American number. So I just had that the flight attendant or whoever they are working right there, TSA agent, they just switched it for me.
That's a good point. Yeah. All these airlines have alliances, and if you're only flying one time, let's say on Alaska, do not have that flight credit to Alaska.
No.
Use a website called where2credit.com. I'm not going to go into it tonight. We can go into it another time. But you'd want to put your American Airlines number. Like you're on the Alaska website, but you put your American Airlines number or your British Avios number or wherever you want these points. But you don't isolate 900 points over at Alaska. No. You want that mixed with your big pool of points. So please, y'all, stop doing that, especially when companies and people are paying for your flights. Maximize this stuff. But I have to drop for tonight, y'all. I love this conversation and I love the chat. So thank you all so much. And I'm sorry I'm bowing out, but
It was good to see you,
Nice
Key.
meeting you, Key. Looking forward to talking to you.
Bye, all.
Bye. Take care.
Hello.
So I want to thank everyone who did subscribe to my channel so far. I really do appreciate the support. So yeah, and thank you, Sledge, again for the invite. This was great.
We are a great, big, gigantic, happy family. As you see, some of these people in the chat were at the creator meetup and everything.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's just one huge family, and we just want to welcome you into it. Right now, we got 70 people in here, and since that means that some of these people weren't in here, and since they weren't in here, I'm about to put Bella's channel in here one more time, y'all. We about to put Bella's channel in here one more time. Make sure that y'all subscribe to Bella's Credit Corner. Look out for your boy. I'm asking you guys to go ahead and subscribe. I wanna before we get out of here, I want to ask you, Tasha, what you got going on with your channel?
Well, right now we're just really talking about that credit card utilization and, you know, making sure that we're not paying a whole lot of interest on credit cards. And so that's mainly what we're talking about right now. And I have my digital budget planner because we want to make sure going into 2026, how are we doing with our finances? We always want to make sure that we are, you know, creating that foundation for ourselves and being organized.
For sure. Man, you know how many questions I get about credit card utilization. You know, I feel like when I came into this game, I spoke about it a lot more, and I think that I need to speak about it more. It's just that most of the people who comment on the videos, you know, they're either up to speed or they appear to be, you know, so sometimes I lose track of that. But what I lose track of, there's people that's probably in the comments that aren't saying anything at all. You know what I mean? They're on there to learn. They started from the beginning. So I'm making it a personal goal of mine to start talking more about utilization, not paying interest on credit cards, you know, trying to do it the right way. Me personally, I mean, if there is an example of the wrong things to do and the right things to do, I'm that guy. Like I've been on both sides.
I've been on both sides of it. I've definitely paid my fair share of interest, but probably
absolutely.
The last probably 6 years or more, I haven't paid interest, and so that's where I just keep talking about it just to let people know there is a way to do it, and you know, it just really gets me excited to talk about credit card utilization.
I know. Now, Bello, now we have another young lady. She was in the chat earlier, Lisa J. Stocks. She also talks about, it's Lisa J. Stocks. So you see where it's going. She talks about she talks about stocks, but I put her on the spot when she came on the last time. So I gotta put you on the spot.
Oh boy.
And it don't have to be anything specific. Okay. But if there was something that you would tell people about investing, what would you tell them? Of somebody who's never invested before?
I would say it does not have to be complicated. You can keep it really simple and still make a lot of money. People tend to focus on trying to find the perfect stock.
Right.
Nothing like that exists. It really just comes down to investing consistently, not treating your portfolio like you're at the roulette table. Mind you, I do love to play roulette. And it's just about just being consistent, regardless of your budget. People tend to overthink. They're waiting for some magical time where I'm going to have more money. But you give Amazon money, you're giving Shein money, you're giving Temu money. You can give money to yourself. It doesn't have to be a lot. And so you were kind of asking Tasha about her channel. So for me, from between now and the end of the year, I'll be focusing on how can we focus on gifting assets versus liabilities, right? So you can gift stocks. There's ways to do that. You can gift gold and silver. You can focus on gifting crypto, right? There's so many things you can do to invest in someone's future. We all have enough things, right? So how can you pay that forward for the little ones or the young adults in your life? So that's my focus. I kind of do this every year, more so on Instagram, but I will be doing it on YouTube so we can kind of think more strategically as we are spending money this holiday season. So
yeah,
that's great.
You spoke about something I wanted to ask too. As far as like your children, how would you suggest someone get their children, not only because if an adult is telling them to invest or teaching them how to invest, it's the adult doing it. But how do you teach them the proper way of doing it so they grow to be able to do it on their own?
So when it comes to children, you have to meet them where they are depending upon their age. So for example, Fidelity has an amazing app called Fidelity Youth where teenagers could invest between the ages of 13 and 17. They themselves will be the actual account holders, not you as the parent. And the app has functionalities like any other app. So it's very user-friendly for children. They're more tech savvy anyway, so they definitely tend to gravitate towards apps like that. And it gives them incentives to invest. So I think that's a great place to start for that teenage demographic. For younger children, you have to meet those kids where they are, right? So you have to teach them about money.
Yeah.
Right.
But also
years old.
them to invest money, right? Because they want the Roblox, they want the Xbox, right? That's what their focus is. So that kind of has to be that compromise of you can have fun, but let's go ahead and focus on some money too. And if you make it exciting, most kids will gravitate towards it. If you are making it attractive to them, right? You know your child. It's like being a coach. You have to speak their language to motivate that child. I'm sure if you have multiple children, they all speak different languages in terms of what motivates them. If you tap into that, they'll get excited about money in general. So
what about a 10-year-old?
Sorry?
10 years old.
Who has a 10-year-old?
Well, let's say for my niece, I have a 10-year-old niece. She just turned 10.
Yep.
And so opposed to me getting her she just had a birthday and then now she's going to be having, Christmas. So opposed to getting her toys and clothes and all that kind of stuff, like let's say a high yield savings or something like that. How would I, as the aunt be able to do that?
So as the aunt, I'm not 1,000% sure, but if they have a parent, they can have a 529. You can contribute to the 529. They still offer the old school bonds, but they don't really give a lot of physical bonds anymore. Everything is like digital. Or you can gift crypto. You can gift stocks if they already have their own brokerage account through their parent being the custodian. They can have custodial accounts. So those are like the easiest ways to do that. Again, most things go through parents.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Okay.
And that can be a slippery slope too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you see, we got Lisa J. Stock. She's still living. She was waiting. She been hiding in the comments, waiting for somebody to say
Hey, Lisa, how are you? Looking forward to meeting you.
Yeah. See, I'm one of those kind of people. Like I have like numerous investments. You know what I'm saying? Well, I spread it around a lot, but I probably could put more to it, but I'm also one of those kind of people that I've seen so many people save everything, and then when it was time for them to retire and everything, they weren't in a place where they could really enjoy their life the way that they thought they would be able to in a later age. So me personally, yes, I do invest. I save for the future. I have my 401k. I have my IRA, my Roth and traditional IRA. I have individual stocks. I have some ETFs and all of that stuff. But I also live now, right? So I probably could push more there, But I like to keep it at what I would call a happy medium for me because it keeps me happy, But
so
everybody's different.
So I agree with that. I think there is that fine balance. The misconception with retirement, though, I would say is we've been taught to have $1 million in your retirement. And so retirement is more than a nest egg. It's about having income. And that's where most people fall short. So you have to find ways to generate income in retirement so you can enjoy retirement without feeling house poor. So that's where some of your investments come into play. You can have dividend paying investments. You can have a bit, right? There's ways to make income. And luckily we're in a time where you have so many options. So if you start hitting the ground now, by the time retirement comes, you'll have those income streams. So you'll have your nest egg plus your income, and you can sustain yourself in retirement. So we have to kind of like think about retirement a little bit different than what our parents were doing once upon a time. So
I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Like this is one of those conversations that we needed to have. Like I say, I have Lisa up here and she had these same type of conversations. But I think for my audience, because we focus so much on credit cards and things like that and points and miles. Sometimes we need to broaden it out into different personal finance scope. And man, I'm glad that I had you on here tonight. I think it's about 8:11. We're gonna start wrapping up. So Tasha, you got any final words before we get out of here?
Nope. I just really appreciate you for having me on, and it was so nice to meet you, Bella.
Yes.
All right.
Likewise.
Bella, what you got for us?
Well, of course, first, Sledge, thank you so much for having me. I'm glad we were able to connect. It was nice meeting you, Tasha. It was great meeting Key, and also your great community. The chat has been like going all night. And thank you to everyone who did subscribe to the channel. And yeah, looking forward to us doing this again. This was fun.
It's definitely going to happen. Y'all know how we do, man. Whether you've been here for 5 minutes, 15, 30 minutes, or the whole time, we appreciate you for coming out. We appreciate everybody that gave super chats. And for anybody who watches video right now or in the future, we highly appreciate y'all. But I got to tell y'all something. We are out.